Hi everyone, so I'm starting with my NARS eyeshadow priming base. I'm just putting that all over my lids and then I'm going to use my finger to blend it in. Next, I'm taking my ColourPop Stone Cold Fox brush roll and my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea palette. I'm taking this light matte brown and I'm just taking actually a highlighter brush from the brush roll and I'm going to just kind of be putting that mostly in my crease but kind of just buffing it out all over my lid space. And that's just going to set down the primer and give a nice base for the rest of the shadows to hold on to. Next, I'm taking my Urban Decay Naked palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Naked, which is a light matte brown, and I'm going to be buffing that into my crease with a fluffy blender crease brush. Now I'm going to be taking my Glamlite Chocolate Donut palette, and I'm going to be taking the top shade in the palette, which is a light matte caramel brown called Sweet Filling, and I'm just going to be layering that on top of the shade Naked that I just put down in my crease. Now I'm going to be taking back from the Urban Decay palette a combination of the shades Buck and Smog. Buck is a slightly darker matte brown from Naked, and Smog is a satin finish, like taupey brownish gray color, and I'm going to be layering that a little bit more on my crease, focusing on the outer half and outer corner. And now I'm just taking that original first brush that I used, that highlighter brush, and I'm just buffing everything out. And then I'm taking the shade Hustle and the shade Double Chocolate from the Chocolate Donut palette, and again, kind of focusing that on the outer corner and outer half of my crease, just to kind of add some depth and dimension to the look. Now I'm taking an angled eyeliner brush from that brush roll, and I'm going to be taking the shade Hustle and the shade Creep. And I'm going to put the combination of those two on my lower lash line, and then I'll be taking a bigger, fluffier brush and blending it out to add some smokiness and dimension to my lower lash line. I'm going to be taking my Wander Beauty Illuminating Face Oil and using that to prep my skin for all the face makeup that I'm about to put on. And this just does add a little bit of brightness to my skin, as well as moisturize it a little bit because it is a face oil. And then I'm going in with my Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream and adding that as an extra layer of moisture to my skin before I go in with tinted moisturizer. Now to prime and be super extra, I'm going to be using my Benefit Professional Primer and just blending that mostly in my T-zone and spreading it out all over my face. And then I'm going in with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Light 8N and putting that all over my face and blending it out with my hands because I find that's the most natural finish. Now I'm taking my ColourPop Loose Setting Powder and I'm just going to be setting the tinted moisturizer all over my face, and trust me, this is a process, but I do get there in the end. Everything gets blended out, I promise. Now I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and I'm just going to blend that pretty much on the perimeter of my face and in what I call the E3 zone. So one side of my face it's more like the shape of an E and the other side is more of the shape of a 3. And just kind of adding a little tint of sun to my face and blending it out. And now I'm taking my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush and adding that to the apples of my cheeks and blending up into my temples just a little bit to help everything blend seamlessly together. Now I'm taking this highlighter brush from the Stone Cold Fox palette and my Rach Loves and Pixie Layers highlighting palette, and I'm taking the shade Tea, which is this like golden champagne color, and putting that on the high points of my cheeks and again blending into my temples. Now I'm moisturizing my lips with some Carmex lip balm because it's wintertime and my lips need it desperately, and I'm taking these 4 lip products here, starting with the Mellow Lip Liner in the shade Adria, and I'm using that to line my lips and prep them for color. And then I'm taking my Bite Beauty like lip crayon in the shade Menino and putting that right on top. And then I'm going in with a combination of MAC Verve and Velvet Teddy and finishing it off to add a little bit of darkness to the lip color because I love a dark bold lip, and that will finish up the look. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!